factual.
We're going to go to Bribie Island.
Yeah.
And we're going to go and see every aspect of Bribie Island.
Cross this bridge and we're on Bribie Island. 2 marshmallows and it's super hot.
It's a beer o'clock.
It's 11:28.
It's a bit early. By the time we get up there, it might be time for a
Might
beer.
be 11:30.
Yeah.
Doesn't float our boat, might float your boat. Right, welcome to
back on tour.
to another episode of Journey Unknown. If you're wondering where we are, you'll have to watch last week's episode, okay? To find out where we are, how we got here, and why we're here. But where are we going?
Well, it's quite interesting because I've got a hat on that probably gives it away.
Well, that's where we are.
We're going to Bribie Island, and I'll tell you what, this one's going to be a really short episode, and the reason being is we're filming in the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year.
Yep, and it's raining.
So Melbourne gets about 9 hours of daylight. We're in Brisbane, we're going to get 10 hours, I think we get. And
That's it.
Darwin gets 11 hours. But anyway, apart from that
Bit of history,
bit of knowledge there for you,
bit of factual.
we're going to go to Bribie Island.
Yeah.
And we're going to go and see every aspect of Bribie Island, where you can go camping, fishing. What else? We're going to get something to eat because I'm bloody starving.
Well, there's a few things to do on Bribie Island. You can take a ferry cruise if you want, like they do these lunch cruises and sunset cruises. There's a cinema there. There's fishing tours. There's 4x4 tours as well. We're in a little Toyota Yaris, so we won't be doing anything
Extravagant.
extreme. Yeah, that's right, today. But can you put it back in park, babe? I just want to show them something because we just realised we've got Apple CarPlay. Oh no, now we're...
Yeah, you're in there.
Wait. I was just going to show them. So we're here. We've just got to go out to the main road and then cross this bridge and we're on Bribie Island. It's literally about 1.5 k's away.
Yeah, big drive.
It's one of the islands in Queensland that you can just cross over a bridge. You don't need a ferry. So that's a handy little tip if you want to come here. I feel extremely close to the misto. I feel very close to the windscreen. I'm not used to these smaller cars.
No, it takes a bit, like it's very zippy, but I'm not sure I could ever have a small car like this.
Anyway, we're going to make our way over the bridge and we'll show you once we get there. First stop is, what do you know?
We only get breakfast.
Yeah, but what does the misto need in the morning?
Oh, coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah, he's getting a bit narky, he's a bit snappy.
Yes.
Right, Sandstone. Let's go Bribie. Doesn't even have a welcome sign. Spewing there was no tolls on that bridge. If you were in Melbourne, you would have been told. Well, obviously the main reason why we came to Brisbane for the weekend, flew up, was to celebrate Laura's birthday, and she's always wanted to go to Sandstone Point, which we've done. But what we generally do is when we fly to places, we like to go and do a bit of reconnaissance work.
Exit the roundabout onto Bendigo Avenue, then use the left lane to take the exit towards Bond.
Basically try to find places where we'd like to caravan, or where we could take our caravan. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to look around and see where we can go, where there's dog-friendly places.
Yeah, so Sandstone Point Holiday Park, where we're staying at, is not dog-friendly. Very kid-friendly, but not dog-friendly. So as much as we would like to come back here, you'll see our review on that on last weekend's episode, but we need to find dog-friendly places, and we have a lot of followers that like to camp outside of caravan parks and with their doggies. So
that's a good thing about flying somewhere. When we don't have the dogs, we get to experience a bit of time to ourselves. It's almost like leaving your kids at home when you're going a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and we get to go to national parks, which we can't do when we've got the dogs. So we get the best of both worlds, and you know, it does come at a price, but we're willing to do that to gain our knowledge and see other areas of Australia.
See what all the hype's about.
And it's winter in Melbourne, so if we can come up north for a cheeky weekend, we will do that.
It's still in jumpers. And
yeah, but it's warmer. What is it? 16 degrees.
It is warmer. It's rainy.
Yeah, the sun will peek out. Anyway, we are heading to breakfast. We will find an information centre before we head out towards the State Forest National Parks, but you know, we need to get our bearings before we do that. So we asked the caravan park if they could recommend the place for breakfast, and they recommended Annie Lane. So this is where we're coming, and from what I see on Google, it looks amazing. Many doggies around. It's a hippie vibe to it,
So we're at Annie's Lane. We were going to have breakfast here, but it's chockers, so we're going to move on. We're just going to get a quick takeaway coffee.
Which we've been waiting a while for, so
yeah.
Luckily we didn't order breakfast here.
The food looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
And it's good reason, like the joint's packed.
Yeah.
Can't get a table. Anyway, the sun is trying to come out, as you just saw.
It's a beautiful rainbow, that's what I was pointing out.
And it's raining.
2 marshmallows and it's super hot.
Oh, I thought I was going to keel over then.
Look at that rainbow there, babe.
Oh, wow, wait.
That's huge.
That is stunning. I don't think I've seen a rainbow like that before.
No.
Let's brave the rain and go and check it out. Oh, coffee's hot, Jesus.
Okay, we're here at the visitor centre.
Probably the smallest visitor centre I've seen in my life.
Very different. We've been to the information centre and we're doing as much as we possibly can on Bribie Island. So the first thing is we've come up to the locals area that live all around the canals. So we're just driving down one of the streets that back onto these these houses that live among the canals of Bribie Island, just to get a feel of what it's like. Then we'll make our way down to the Community Arts Centre, check that out, and then make our way south of Bribie Island. But there's not a lot you can do here if you don't have a four-wheel drive.
Yeah, so you've got 2 caravan parks on the island. They're both not dog friendly. You need a national parks pass to go into the national parks, which is not caravan friendly. You might get a camper trailer in there apparently. Also, being a national park, there's no dogs allowed.
And you must have a four-wheel drive.
You got to have a four-wheel drive. You have to have a permit, a week's permit to get in there.
Yep.
And I think it was $50, she said.
$55 for the week's permit and $7.25 per person per night to stay camping.
Yeah.
And they only allow up to camper trailers. So all of our followers that have caravans or have dogs, Bribie Island is not for you.
Yeah.
Even the caravan parks don't allow dogs. So Sandstone Point Holiday Park don't allow dogs. So where do you go on this side of Queensland?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they don't. The caravan parks themselves are absolutely packed. There's a population of 30,000 that live here, and that probably triples in peak season. So
yeah, she said it definitely doubles at Christmas time. Imagine 60,000 people on this island.
Yeah.
So we don't rate the caravan parks on Bribie Island. Therefore, you will get your money at Sandstone Park Holiday Point.
Yeah,
I highly recommend that.
If you don't have dogs and you want to stay at Sandstone Point, I know it's expensive,
but it's better than here.
Yeah, it's more resort style.
I'm gonna go right.
More resort style camping. It'll be a once off for us, but it's been great that we've been able to showcase it to you guys.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to head down to the Arts Centre now and check that out. Apparently there's heaps of arts and craft that you can buy. Jewellery, woodwork, leather, metal, I'm guessing as well.
He was even talking about there's witches that sit out the front of right near the Arts Centre there and do witchcraft, which is, they don't think that they'll be there today, but that sort of blew my mind a bit.
He asked us, are you into witches and labyrinths? And I'm like, what?
Car door.
And he goes, there's these 2 women with really long blonde, matty hair that sit amongst the trees and
practice witchcraft. So
I said, we're flying home tomorrow, we don't need to go down there.
Yeah, we don't need to be cursed.
No. Bribie Island is an interesting place so far.
Just left the art gallery. You weren't allowed to film in there, so we had to abandon that. But it's a pretty good gallery. There's some beautiful paintings and different knickknacks and sort of men's shed. It's all handcrafted stuff. So if you get the opportunity, drop in there. There's a little cafe behind there as well, which we could have filmed. You can film outside, you just can't film inside.
No. Bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, I really wanted to show you some of the handmade crafts and woodwork and stuff that we saw. Like there was this beautiful mirrored bodysuit model sort of thing of this. It just looked amazing. It was like a model, but anyway.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You sort of wonder why they don't. I know that the reasons why they don't let people film in there is because they're worried that other people will copy some of the artist's stuff, but the way I see it is it's more of a promotional thing for the area. I mean, Bribie Island relies on tourists to come in, and the best way that can happen is through social media and people recommending it. But if you get the opportunity, drop in there. It's pretty cool, and everything's for sale in there as well, so it's reasonably priced. It's not stupid money.
Yeah, and we're not the art and craft type of people.
No.
For some things, like I mean, obviously all that woodwork and stuff, but it's not. We wouldn't normally go to an art gallery, and this one we really rated, so we were really keen to show you guys, and we got told, please stop filming.
We actually did film a little bit, but because there was no signs anywhere, so we just like walked in and started willy-nilly filming, and then I got the death stare from someone, and then I thought, oh, maybe you're not allowed to film in here. But,
and then she asked, why would we want to film?
Yeah, she goes, why would you want to film? And I said, well, we actually want to promote the place to you, so people come. It's pretty cool, but she's like, oh, okay.
Anyway, you're not going to see it, so you just have to come here.
Anyways, it's poured rain all the way out to the surf club that we're at right at the moment. Laura's fully packed with maps and everything because we're planning our lap. We're doing a bit of recon work, and we know that we can't come back to Bribie Island and Sandstone Point because it's not dog friendly. The national parks, you have to have a week's pass to actually get in, and you also will need a camping permit at the same time. So, and the national park is not caravan friendly. It's only camper trailer and rooftop tents. So we definitely won't be coming back here anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it's really catered to your full drivers, swags, tents, camper trailer sort of crew, which is unfortunate. So if you've got a caravan, you're looking at Fraser, Moreton Bay, North Straddie, but that's all what I'm going to research now while we have lunch, because we want to know where we're coming. Like, we've got an idea to do the east coast of Australia next year, but there's no point driving all this way and then finding out, actually, no, it's not caravan friendly, it's not dog friendly, it's not fire friendly.
Yeah.
You know. So.
And things change over the time, but we definitely know that, there'd be no point us coming here.
Anyway, so we go to lunch.
So we'll go and, what's the time?
When there's nothing to do, we go and eat and drink.
It's a beer o'clock.
It's 11:28.
Well, it's a bit early. By the time we get up there, it might be time for a beer.
Might be 11:30.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. We don't need no
a little glimpse of the sun, and now it's clouding over again after a nice lunch. And we did get there at good time, I must say. I think we got there at 11:30, and then it really picked up at 12 o'clock. So the key is to eat earlier when out around here. But if we were in the caravan, oh my god, we would have spent so much money eating out. You just can't do it. I'm scared to look at my bank account after this. I am. But we can't. Like, I mean, obviously this is just a weekend trip, so we're eating out breakfast, lunch and dinner, or at least lunch and dinner. And you're looking at least $50 each time.
Yeah, it adds up, but at that's alright. It's all part of the experience.
Oh, there's the cinemas. So there are cinemas here on Bribie Island.
Something to do.
Yeah.
If you're into your fishing, great place. When the weather's good.
Yeah, if you've got a boat, this will be a perfect location for you to come and explore, especially if you just have a boat and a rooftop tent or swag to go out to the national park and camp. But other than that,
it doesn't seem like a lot to do.
Doesn't float our boat. It might float your boat, but it's not. We won't be coming back to Bribie in a hurry, if at all, to be honest.
Yeah. The only way we would is if we didn't have the dogs with us, and we'll go into the national park and have a look around.
Yeah, I would be keen to check out the campsites, but it's a lot involved for us to put the dogs in a kennel, just leave the caravan somewhere, just pack swags.
And you can't do a day trip out there.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but you've got to pay for a whole week of permits for camping, and for your national park pass, you have to pay the whole week. And then to drive in for one day is probably pointless. So we'll tick that one off our box and keep travelling and looking for other destinations where it's dog friendly, camper friendly, caravan friendly, and all in all people friendly.
That's it. And yeah, we're quite keen on these little weekend getaways, or these 3-night getaways, so we'll probably see if we can squeeze another one in before the end of the year, because we've got a lot going on at the moment, but it's a nice little getaway. Yeah. Anyway, we're heading back to go to Bongaree. We're heading back to...
They've got if you're into your fast food, they've got it all. They've got McDonald's, Red Rooster,
Subway. Yeah, I was quite surprised to see Macca's here. I would have thought they would have protested that to the ground, but no, it's here. So there's a lot of people getting around on the $1.20s. Yeah. Look at them. Anyway, we're going to make our way back to Sandstone Point, so we hope you enjoyed this little taste of Bribie Island.
Yeah.
If it's for you, then come along. But if you've got a caravan and you've got dogs, it's probably not right up your alley.
It's all weather dependent. The weather hasn't been fantastic, but it's alright. It's given us a good idea of what the place is like. So.
Yeah, and these are just our opinions, so don't scrutinise us in the comments. Come and see it for yourself and see what you think.
Yeah,
but
everyone's different in how they approach things.
And I'm sure
we can only do it from our point of view.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm sure there's lots of locals.
Love the place.
Yeah, they live here for a reason.
Look at that mate just fishing there in his tinny. That's living.
There's lots of sailboats here as well. Anyway, that's a wrap.
I just about waved to that caravan that went past me, and I realised I didn't have a caravan on.
Imagine if you had a caravan on the Yaris. Alright, we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We love your support. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.